Good afternoon, 2nd Platoon. We're going to be going over the task organization for Operation Riverfront. We are the 2nd Platoon of Alpha Company of the 1st Battalion of the 87th Infantry. First squad is going to be Assault 1, and they're going to have attached to them a Javelin missile system. Second squad will be Assault 2, and they'll have attached to them an AT-4 rocket launcher and a Javelin missile system, as well as a sapper squad. Third squad will be acting as security. They will have attached to them an AT-4 rocket launcher. Fourth squad will be weapons squad. They will have two M240s attached to them, as well as a 60mm mortar team. Last 3 months, our battalion has had several successful small offensive operations against the Kharbazi Revolutionary Guard, the KRG, in the vicinity of Mailaut and Stojno. We have had success in moving our offensive line further west and pushing the enemy into Gazhali. 3 days ago, an enemy KRG platoon was seen moving into our AO strike. The battalion S2 believes that they are trying to establish a forward observation post north of Stojno in the vicinity of Objective Moose, which is at the top of Price Mountain, in order to attempt to disrupt our operations in our AO strike and to reach Mailaut. Our AO is AO Strike. Our AO is bounded by Highway 625 to the north, Highway 460, known as Route Gold, to the east, Highway 11 to the south, and the New River to the west. Within our AO is Objective Mule, which is where we will be performing most of our operations. Our specific portion of the AO is bounded by Route Bronze to the north, Route Silver to the south, Route Gold to the east, and Highway 659 to the west. An easy way to identify this limit of advance is the bottom of Price Mountain. When it starts to slope up is where the LOA is located. Our enemy is located on the top of Objective Moose in the vicinity of November Bravo 477157. Over the course of our operation, we will encounter several different types of terrain. The first type of terrain will be in the city of Mailaut, where there is high population density and an urban environment. The second type of terrain will be along our first phase of our route, when we are moving through an open field. The open field provides very little cover and concealment, but large fields of fire. Upon reaching phase line Kilo, we will enter a thick wooded area, which has good cover and concealment, but limits our fields of fire. We will move through this wooded area until we reach our ORP. Our ORP is also located in a thick wooded area. The objective itself is located in an open field, which means we will have the advantage of cover and concealment and be able to fire upon the enemy from the wood line. Additionally, there is a large pond located on the objective that will limit our freedom of maneuver to the north flank. The enemy has access to concertina wire and possibly has set it up on the objective, so we will be utilizing the sapper unit to breach any kind of obstructions that they have placed on the objective. As far as avenues of approach go, there is a main road leading to the east of the objective, which will likely not be used by the enemy because it heads back towards friendly forces. There are also several small fire trails and fire breaks that lead off from the objective that likely will not be used as avenues of approach for the enemy because they do not lead to any major roads. Our objective is located at the highest point in the AO and provides a large lookout for enemy or friendly forces depending on who secures it. The weather that is expected will be temperate during the day and cold at night. So it is important that everyone bring their cold weather gear and their black sleeping bags to prepare for the chilly evenings. Additionally, on one of the days of operation, there's a 50% chance of precipitation, so we will have everyone in the platoon bringing their wet weather gear as well. On the first 2 nights of the operation, there is low illumination, which will provide us with a tactical advantage since we will have nods and only the key leaders on the objective will have nods. So it's only expected that 2 of our enemy will have night vision capabilities, so we will be able to use the low visibility due to the darkness as a tactical advantage for our platoon. In AO Strike, there's expected to be 1 enemy platoon. That platoon breaks down as such: 1 squad at Objective Elk with an anti-armor team, 1 squad at Objective Deer, and 1 squad at Objective Moose with an attached 81mm mortar team. In reserves, 12 kilometers to the southwest, there is 1 enemy rifle squad. Each squad is comprised of 1 squad leader, 2 team leaders, 2 automatic riflemen, a grenadier, and a rocket launcher. The team leaders, PL, and mortar team and squad leaders are all equipped with AK-74Us. On our objective, we are also expected to encounter the platoon leader of the SDPA infantry platoon. On our objective, there's expected to be 13 enemies, with only the squad leaders and the PL having night vision capabilities. The mortar team is additionally equipped with an L166A1 81mm mortar, and each member of the mortar team is carrying an AK-74U. The weapons that we will encounter on Objective Moose are the PKM, the GP30 grenade launcher, the AK-74U, and the HG-73 Red Arrow Chinese Man portable anti-tank guided missile system. The PKM has a maximum range of 3,800 meters. The GP30 has a maximum range of 400 meters and a minimum range of 10 to 40, and a casualty radius of 6 meters. The AK-74U has an effective firing range of 500 meters. The HJ-73 rocket system has a maximum effective range of 3 kilometers, air-to-surface capability of 220 meters per second, and surface-to-air capability of 120 meters per second. Additionally, in our AO, there are BT-R-80s, which will respond if there is United States mechanized infantry spotted, an MI-24S, which is 1 hour out and will have 1 hour of fuel, and a D-30 battery, which is activated after the loss of 2 or more squads and can have accurate fire in 10 minutes. The enemy will be wearing jungle camouflage uniform, and they are anticipated to maintain their uniforms. I repeat, the enemy will be wearing a jungle camouflage patterned uniform, and they will be maintaining their uniform. The enemy's exact position is unknown at this time, but they are expected to be at the top of Price Mountain, located in this large open field in the vicinity of November Bravo 477157. The enemy, due to recent activities and offensive operations done by our battalion, is expected to be at 82% strength. Additionally, the enemy has been static for 72 hours, and they have been resupplied within the last 24 hours, meaning that they are most likely well equipped and rested. The most probable cause of action of the enemy is to be positioned as the map suggests at the time of our arrival at 11 April 0530. It is indicated that they will put up little fight and likely withdraw off the objective after sustaining heavy casualties. Most dangerous course of action is that the enemy QRF is actually located nearby the objective or on the objective itself and are able to perform a bold flanking maneuver on our support by fire. In order to counter this, we will have 3rd Squad act as security up here, keeping a watch out for additional enemy forces. The mission of Battalion. 1st BDE 10th Mountain Division secure the BDE AO no later than 11 April 2021 in order to enable the government of Denovia to reestablish control of the AO and set the conditions for future regional security. The commander's intent is to prevent further instability in Ghazahali from the SPDA forces in the BDE AO, seize key SDPA strongholds and ground lines of communication to the enable transition of control back to the Denovian government. The company mission. The 1st 87 Infantry attacks to destroy enemy elements within the AO no later than 11/07/30 April 2021 in order to prevent SDPA infantry from consolidating and reorganizing and conducting further operations east of Ghazali. The commander's intent is that the SDPA infantry is assessed as the primary insurgent force within the battalion AO by destroying the enemy company. The 1st 87 Infantry Battalion will be able to control the eastern portion of Ghazali and initiate the transition of control back to the Denovian government. To the north of our objective is Objective Deer. 2nd Platoon will be performing an attack on Objective Deer. Our mission will have a direct effect on the success of 2nd Platoon's mission. If we fail to take out the 81mm mortars, they may have the ability to fire on our friendly forces on the objective. 3rd Platoon, I'd like to correct myself. 1st Platoon is performing an attack on Objective Deer, not 2nd Platoon. 3rd Platoon is performing an attack on Objective Elk. Additionally, like with 1st Platoon, if we fail to take out the 81mm mortars, they will be able to fire onto Objective Elk and could cause casualties to our friendly forces. 3rd Platoon's success in taking Objective Elk will prohibit the enemy's QRF that's located in Ghazali from being able to reach us on Objective Moose. So they will have a direct effect on the QRF's response time. For civilian considerations, it is important to note that many of the civilians sympathize with our enemy, and there's a chance that if they spot us, they will act as an early warning detection system and warn our enemies that we are coming. To avoid the enemy knowing that we're on our way, we will move through the wooded area when we get close to objective and avoid civilian contact. The mission of our platoon is: 2nd Platoon will form an attack to seize objective Moose in the vicinity of November Bravo 477-157 no later than the 11th of April at 0530 in order to prevent enemy tactical advantage in AO strike and enable freedom of maneuver of our friendly units. The purpose of this operation is to secure objective Moose at Price Mountain to deny the enemy tactical advantage within AO strike. The key tasks are to move undetected to assault positions, remove all enemy from our objective Moose, kill or capture all SDPA key leaders, posture defenses following actions on the objective, and destroy enemy equipment on objective Moose. End state for our operation is: objective Moose is seized and clear of obstacles. The SDPA forces are destroyed on objective Moose. All friendly personnel and equipment are accounted for and postured for follow-on operations. There are no civilian casualties, and there is minimum damage to agricultural areas. Concept of operations. This operation is conducted in 5 phases. Phase 1, planning and preparation, starts upon the completion of this opward and ends when our platoon steps off. Phase 2, movement, begins with a tactical road march along route phase 1, which is depicted right here. The order of movement will be 1st squad, 2nd squad, 3rd squad, and the gun teams, and everyone will maintain 50-meter spacing. Route phase 2 will have the same order of movement, but the platoon will be handrailing the road when possible. Route phase 3 will be in a wedge formation, and the order of movement will be 1st squad, weapons team 1, the platoon leader, 2nd weapons team, platoon sergeant, and then 3rd squad, until they reach the ORP, and the ORP will be located at November Bravo 48582-15322. Once in the ORP, Phase 3 begins, which is recon and emplacement. The leader's recon will scout the area and emplace the assault and support elements, leaving part of the security squad with rucks. Phase 4 begins actions on the objective. The 2 assault elements will assault through objective Moose to destroy the rifle squad and the mortar squad and set up far side security. Phase 5 will be consolidate and defend, starts when all enemy forces have been destroyed and ends with the platoon occupying and forming the patrol base on objective Moose. As I stated earlier, Phase 1 begins. This next section is the scheme of maneuver. As I said earlier, Phase 1 begins with the completion of this brief, in which the squad leaders will begin preparing the platoon for SP. Phase 2 begins with platoon SP in a tactical road march position along Southgate Drive, which is located right here, and then through a large field. The enemy is not anticipated to be in this area, so we will be moving using the traveling movement technique. Phase 2 of the route begins at phase line Kilo, which is identifiable by the tree line located right here. The second phase of the route begins at phase line Kilo, as stated before, is denoted by this edge of the tree line. During this phase of the route, we will be handrailing the road and the pass as much as possible. There will be an area located right here that will make it difficult due to civilian construction. We will try our best to move with concealment. Since we are getting closer to the enemy, we will also transition into a traveling overwatch movement technique to increase our security. There will also be a CCP located for this phase at the coordinates November Bravo 50317 16267. Phase 2 of the route ends when the platoon reaches the loop that exists on Southwood Drive. From the loop at Southwood Drive, the platoon will transition into a fire team wedge formation, and we will be expecting immediate contact from the enemy as we do not know exactly where they are located in this area. To increase our security, we will use a bounding overwatch movement technique, which will enable us to have the best security and unit control. We will then send out a leader's recon and recon this area as a potential site for our ORP for the mission. After we have established our ORP, I will take a leader's recon element out based off of platoon SOP and recon the areas that we have established during our map recon for the assault and support. I will verify the locations and make any adjustments that are necessary. Then I will return to the ORP and I will take Assault 1 and Assault 2 and set up the assault line, and the weapons squad leader and the platoon sergeant will take the support by fire line and set up the support by fire line on the objective. Phase 4 is actions on the objectives. The units will be tasked with the following orders when they're on the objective. Assault 1 and Assault 2 will act as the decisive element clearing through the objective and setting up far side security. The Sapper Squad will act as a breaching element if there is any obstructions or obstacles set up by the enemy on the objective. If breaching is not necessary, they will act as a reserve assault element. Weapons Squad will occupy the support by fire line. Security Squad will be broken up into 2 teams. Team 1 will be the 2 OPs overlooking the objective and having eyes on the north flank. Third squad leader will be with one of the OPs. From second squad, we will leave 2 members behind with the mortar team and the ORP, and they will help guard Rux. The rest of the members of second team will join the support by fire line. After the actions on phase has ended and the objective has been cleared, the platoon will set up a patrol base on the objective in a defensive posture as shown in this image, where an automatic rifleman will be on the 6 o'clock position, a 240 gunner will be on the 10 o'clock position, and another 240 gunner will be on the 10 o'clock position. First squad will occupy the area from 10 to 2, second squad will occupy from 2 to 6, and third squad will occupy from 6 to 10. There will be a CCP set up at the center of the patrol base, and myself and the platoon sergeant will also be located at the center of the patrol base as a headquarters element. If there are any EPW, the security squad will oversee guarding them based off of battalion SOP. The Sapper Squad will fill in their leg of the patrol base if a large number of members from the security squad are required to guard EPWs. If there are no EPWs, the Sapper Squad will build defenses and help improve our fortifications on the objective. Scheme of fires. The purpose of fires during our operation will be to suppress and kill the enemy on our objective.
We will be using high explosive rounds designated to kill the enemy from our 60mm mortar team, and if possible, we will utilize the 81mm mortar asset. However, 3rd Platoon has top priority of fire for the 81mm mortars for the operation, and then our platoon is 2nd, and 2nd Platoon is 3rd. Since we do not have priority, we will most likely be using solely the 60mm mortar team. The TD Loadout displayed on the screen shows our selected pre-established TRPs. There's TRP Zigzag, Credence, Alpha Mike, Oscar Mike, and Lima Hotel, and they are located at the coordinates shown. Please take some time to write this down. During the assault phase of our operation, we will be utilizing TRPs Zigzag and Credence, which are both positioned danger close to our assault and support by fire. So before we call them in, we'll make sure that everyone has good cover. Following the attack, and once we are in a patrol base, we will make use of TRPs Alpha Mike, Oscar Mike, and Lima Hotel. Alpha Mike, which covers possible approach of enemy along the trail located north of our patrol base. Oscar Mike covers the avenue of approach from the west. And Lima Hotel, which covers the possibility of the reserve soldiers traveling from Route Silver. Tasks to subordinate units. Assault will be broken up into 2 sections. First squad will be Assault 1, and second squad will be Assault 2. The Sapper squad will be attached to first squad, and they will be acting as a breaching element. If there are no obstacles on the objective, then they will act as QRF for our friendly forces on the objective. Support will be the weapons squad, which is 4th squad, and the support by fire line will be assisted by members of 3rd squad Bravo team that are not guarding rucks. Security, which is 3rd squad, will be the security squad for the operation. They will split up into 2 teams. Bravo will leave 2 riflemen with the rucks and join the support by fire line. Alpha and the squad leader will set up OPs on the objective. Recon, we will be following standard unit SOP. For aid and litter, Assault 1 will have its Alpha team as primary aid and litter. Assault 2 Bravo team will be secondary aid and litter. For EPW and searching the objective, Assault 2 Alpha team will be primary EPW, and Assault 1 Bravo team will be secondary EPW. The pace will be set by a member from Assault 1 Alpha team. Compass and the point man will be Assault 1 Alpha team leader. For demo and breach, we will be using the Sapper squad. Coordinating instructions. From the end of this brief until the 10th of April at 1100, we'll be performing rehearsals, and squad leaders will be checking over all of their members' gear and equipment. SP will be 11th of April at Quad 0. Actions on the objective will start no later than 0530, and the objective must be secured no later than 0730. The priority intelligence requirements for our operation are to confirm the location of enemy supply nodes, the location of enemy mortars, the location of enemy crew-served weapons, identify of enemy C2 elements, number of personnel / rank in the AO, and the types of equipment in our AO. The friendly force information requirement is compromise of friendly element / contact with the enemy element prior to phase line B, loss of C2 elements P platoon level and up, rifle squad rendered ineffective through loss of 3 or more personnel, any fratricide event. The rules of engagement for our operation. The platoon will be in weapons tight, meaning we will only engage positively identified targets. The platoon sergeant is unavailable at this time, so I will be briefing the sustainment paragraph. Maintenance. All weapons are currently green. 36 hours to step off. All weapon deficiencies or change in status must be communicated to the platoon sergeant. All maintenances will be performed prior to step off. We will not have another chance until after actions on the objective and we have established our patrol base. Logistics. Class 1. Soldiers will have 6 field strip MREs and 6 quarts of water on them before SP. Each soldier will SP with 2 times DOS of batteries and chem lights. Squad leaders and RTO will bring extra radio batteries. Each soldier will carry 1 full bottle of COP, and the platoon sergeant and weapons squad leader will both carry a 12-ounce bottle of COP. Each soldier will carry 4 sandbags apiece for a total of 100 for the platoon. The sapper unit will be carrying concertina wire for fortifications on the objective. Class 5. Each rifleman will carry 210 rounds of 5.56 loaded into their magazines. Each saw gunner will carry 600 rounds of linked 5.56, and each M24 gunny will carry 500 rounds of 7.62 linked, and with each AG carrying an additional 500 rounds of 7.62 linked. Team leaders will be carrying 25 40mm HE rounds and 3 Red Star cluster rounds. Each squad leader will carry 1 M18 Claymore mine, 2 M67 frag grenades, and 1 Mite smoke grenade. Second and third squad will both carry 1 Javelin anti-tank missile and 1 AT-4 rocket. Each soldier will be carrying a 60mm mortar round strapped to the exterior of their ruck. Class 6. Each soldier will have 1 full IFAK, 1 CLS bag for the squad, platoon, and the medic will carry a trauma bag. Class 8. All equipment should be PMS'd in Phase 1 and repair parts requested prior to SP. Additional note, squad leaders meet up with platoon sergeant no later than 2 hours after the brief to go over any other deficiencies. Ammunition and water will be cross-loaded in the ORP prior to actions on the objective. Enemy prisoners of war. The methods for handling EPWs. All EPWs will be consolidated at the center of the patrol base and will not be left alone at any time. Third squad, security squad, will oversee handling and guarding EPWs. A team comprised of a team leader and 2 soldiers is required to guard 1 to 3 EPWs. If there are 4 or more EPWs, all of security squad will be required to guard them. As third squad is pulled off the line, the sapper squad that is attached to us will help fill in the gaps in security. Medical treatment. If casualties are taken during the movement phase, they will be brought to the CCP that is designated for that phase of the route. And I will identify those now. Phase 1 CCP, Phase 2 CCP, Phase 3 CCP. The CCP for our ORP is located where the enemy is, and the other CCP, which is not identified by this map, is located approximately right there. During the route phase, if enemy ADA assets have not been taken out yet, we will not be able to have a medevac come in, so we will radio up to higher and request ground transportation. If ADA assets have been neutralized, we will be able to utilize these CCPs as HLZs. They function as both, so we'll be able to call 9 lines and get the soldiers out. Casualties taken during the actions on phase will be transported to the CCP used during this phase and will be treated by the medics located there. The locations of the CCPs. During the movement, there are several tentative CCPs established. The CCP for Route Phase 1 is November Bravo 50871 17962. The CCP for Route Phase 2 is November Bravo 50317-16267. The CCP for Route Phase 3 is November Bravo 49195-15562. The CCP for the attack is located at November Bravo 48298-15656. And the CCP for the objective inside of the patrol base is located at November Bravo 47875-15789. All of the CCPs selected have large enough area that they can double as HLZs for the operation if the 88 assets are neutralized earlier. Location of key leaders. Myself, the platoon leader, will be located with Assault 1 and Assault 2. The platoon sergeant will be located with the support and weapons squad. The succession of command goes platoon sergeant, platoon leader, then platoon sergeant, then weapons squad leader, then first squad leader, then second squad leader. Reports, if any are needed to be made, will follow the salute, lace, and 9-line SOP format. The pace plan for our platoon will be primary, company is net, frequency hop 325. The primary platoon is net, frequency hop 320, and the fires net is 310. The alternative, company alt net is 327, platoon alt net is 357. Contingency, we will send a runner. An emergency, we will have to shout. Call signs for the operation. The CO will be Alpha X-ray. First Sergeant will be Bravo X-ray. The artillery will be Thunder 7. The platoon leader will be 1-6. Platoon Sergeant will be 1-7. First squad leader will be 1-9. Second squad leader will be 2-1. Third squad leader will be 2-2. And weapons squad leader will be 1-1. The sapper squad leader will be 1-0. Pyrotechnics and signals. Near recognition will be an IR flash with a number combo 5 at night and a VS17 panel during the day. Far recognition is FM. Shift fire signal, the primary is FM, the alternative is Red Star Cluster. The HLZ marker that will be used during the day is yellow smoke, and during the night we'll use an infrared chem light. The number combination is 8. The challenge and password is fight and response unbroken, and the running password is Eagle, Eagle, Eagle. Quick note, all recon reports will use the salute report. All 9 lines will be channeled through company channel call sign Alpha X-ray. At this time, are there any questions? This concludes the brief.